What's going on YouTube? RXC Productions back here with another video. We are watching the map 5 Slayer between Optic and Sentinels from Rally, last weekend or the weekend before. I was trying to get my own gameplay, but for some reason the video is just not looking great, so I was like, well, let's do this. I want to get this video out. It's a really good idea. We're going to talk about the Halo BR, how it would work, questions I would have, how I don't think it would work, and stuff like that. Alright, let's get into it. This is map 5 of the Slayer. One of my favorite Halo teams ever, with Sentinels team, with Frosty, Lethal, Snakebite, Royal 2. Formal's replacing him. Love Formal. He's my favorite player ever by far. He's just gross. I kind of model my style play after him with the flashy snipe, stuff like that. So let's get into why a BR would work in my opinion. These are all my opinions. If you guys have different opinions, let me know in the comments, you know? I'll try to put my list up on the screen at the beginning if I can figure it out. But health system, the health system would be perfect. You don't have to worry about plating like Warzone or other BRs. There's the Overshield. You regen health. Perfect health system. There's also a good variety of weapons and balancing. You can almost use any gun in a lot of situations. Some guns, like the sniper rifle, obviously is long range. The pistol, you can win a gunfight against other guns close range. Even if you don't have the first shot, the shotgun, same thing. I think every gun is balanced, and they are all meant to do certain things. Like, I don't know, the BR, for example. You can three burst. It's a medium range gun. But you take the AR, for example, has a lot of close. You can use it medium range, but you're not gonna hit as many shots. But if you're close range, you're kind of gonna melt somebody. Vehicles, Mongoose, Warthog, Banshee, Ghost. All of those would be perfect. I don't know about maybe making them shoot. Maybe take the guns off of them. I'm not sure how that would work. But even if they didn't, I think it would still work out, because you can make those flashy plays where you jump up on the vehicle and rip them out and they die. Or maybe you lose shield, you know what I mean? And then maps. I mean, Halo has some of the greatest maps of all time. You could just make them all into one with the big team battle maps and other things like that. You can just kind of make them into one big map. And I think Halo is pretty good about it because they have those big team battles, and you could even take 3 of those maps and make it one big map and make it a BR. So map-wise, I don't think they'll have a problem. And then the different power-ups, like Repulsor, Grapple, I'm not talking about the Overshield or Camo. I'm just strictly talking about Repulse, Grapple, the Thrust. And I'm sure you could even come in like with other ones. But those are the ones that I think would be the most intricate and the best to use. So like the Thrust, keep 3 charges, be able to move, or I mean, even if you want, you could always just give everyone the start of the game, because that's not going to be like massive in terms of what it's going to do. It's just going to make your maneuverability, it's going to create a little bit of a skill gap, and then make the Grapple and the Repulsor, you have to drop your thrust ward off the beginning of off the rip, because the Grapple can give you a positional advantage so easy, and then with the vehicles you can grapple to a vehicle from far away and just pull them out and take over the vehicle, kill them, etc. Like, look at this play by Formal there. Yeah, Trippy made an insane play there, but the only way Formal has a chance of winning that is with that thrust. So like I said, I think the power-ups are great. I think they would make the BR so much better. It'd be incredible. Now, kind of where I don't understand people think are acting like there would be no problems with a BR if they made a BR at all. Here's where I kind of disagree, and I really do think there would be problems. How would you intricate the power weapons? Rockets and sniper and energy sword. Would you make it like Apex and make them drop once every 2 circles or whatever? I don't know the exact Apex thing, like what their exact timing is, but would you do that? Or would you make it that? Or would they have certain spawn points on the map? Because I wouldn't mind it, to be honest. It wouldn't be bad. I just would wonder how they would intricate those, or would they just not include them? But I mean, sniping in Halo is just one of the most fun things you can do. Like if that's a big reason why I love Halo. I mean, Halo's a game's incredible, campaigns are incredible, but the sniping is just so fulfilling when you hit a no scope and you already hit a double with the snipe. It's just, I think it's one of the unique experiences of gaming. And then would rockets still one shot? Would that still one shot someone in a BR? Because I mean, let's say you're playing slows, you get rocketed once, your game's over. Like that's not going to be a fun experience for people, especially if you maybe just do the spawn points. Nah. The energy sword again. Are you going to make it a 2 melee? Is the lunge still going to be there? I don't. That's the one weapon really I wouldn't see working. But with a bigger map, you'd be able to see people from a longer. Oh my gosh, formal, you animal. That'd be like one thing I could see them not doing, but at the same time, like you're gonna see him from a little bit of ways. So I mean, I guess there's a disadvantage to the sword, where now I mean there's a lot of close corners you can hide in, and just the lunge is incredible in this game. So, and then also, will there be a down system, like a getting down system or a buyback respawn system? How would the Because I mean, you look at Warzone, Apex, they all have a way for your teammates to come back, or or buy back, or be res, other things like that. Like, how would Halo do it? Would they just do almost just a respawn system, kind of like Rebirth Island on Warzone? I played a lot of Warzone, that's why I'm referencing it a lot. Would they do it like that, where your team has to stay alive for this amount of time? Or would they have like respawn stations like Apex? So that's another thing I would be interested. I mean, they have a system for it with the pods, dropping down. All Halo players know it. Right when you drop in the campaign of Halo 3, you come on a pod, shoot straight down, you look left, right, up, down. So would they have that kind of system? I don't know. I think they have the system for it. I just don't know how they'd implement it. And then loadouts, different rarity weapons. I mean, are you going to start with a basic loadout? Or are you going to start with a pistol? Or is it all going to be ground loot? Because Halo's had those stations where you can pick up weapons, but it's never had like ground loot almost. Where, I mean, I guess COD didn't either. But they didn't have a game where there was weapons around the map. So I would wonder how they would do that. These are a lot of questions, not necessarily how it wouldn't work. By the way, I wouldn't mind the loadouts, but I think it would be starting loadouts. I don't think you would have certain loadouts that you would just grab. That would make sense. But around the map, are there going to be just BRs that do the exact same amount of damage, or the commandos like you just saw next to APG, the Sentinel beam, the that sniper rifle across the map I'd see spawn, stuff like that. Like how is that gonna work? Are they just gonna make it spawn points, or are you gonna open a chest, or are they just gonna be random throughout the map? How is that gonna work? And then I have this in there, and now that I'm thinking about it, attachments, I mean, that wouldn't really make sense. It wouldn't feel like Halo at that point. It'd be more like a COD. There's no reason to do attachments, so that's kind of a bad thing to have in here. But the only reason I put that in is because if you're gonna have weapon rarities, you either have to have them do more damage, or give them an attachment of some sort. Like, I don't know, maybe Inferno round. I don't know, or a disruptor round that knocks shield, like the plasma pistol. So, and then another question I would have is, how's Overshield and Camo going to work? Because Overshield, I could see working, I guess, because there is ways. I mean, if 3 people shoot at one guy, that Overshield's gonna be gone quickly. But Camo, if you're gonna have a wide open map, people are gonna walk. You're gonna hear that. You're not gonna be able to see that camo wrapping around you. So I guess there's room for outplays, but at the same time, I think it's kind of cheap. Unless they make some changes to it where I don't know. Like maybe you can't once you shoot or melee, it's gone. Where now in multiplayer, if you move once and then stop moving, it'll come back. And by the way, Formal's 1976, doing the best on his team, going off. GOAT. That would just be my question with those, because those are very Halo things. Like any type of overshield or anything like that, I think of Halo. So I'd be curious how they work that in. And I referenced earlier, where would power weapons spawn, or would they have spawn points? Would there be random spawns? Would they be dropped in like crates like Apex, or like those drops, care package things, and stuff like that? Like, how would that work? Because as I said earlier, I love sniping in Halo. It's one of my favorite things. But there has to be, you can't give a snipe to just randomly somewhere. You have to, I think the only way you get it to work is if you do it like Apex and have a care package drop down at the second circle or whatever it is, and make people play for those and pick them up like Apex has a Kraber, or if they feel their weapons overpowered, that's where it's going to go. Now my final thoughts, I think a Halo BR could definitely work, but they have to mess with some stuff. I would like to see a BR. I think it'd be really fun to play Halo BR, obviously. Halo is at the top right now, in my opinion. It's back. It could kill COD, I guess. I don't see COD ever going away, but hopefully COD's realize, okay, we can't just keep doing the same thing we've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years when Halo's been dead. Gears is not really prevalent anymore. In my opinion, I don't really watch any Gears, so roast me in the comments for it. It's whatever. I think Halo really needs to take advantage of this, and maybe they are working on BR, and no one knows. Like I said, I think this could be a perfect BR. Some BRs where it pulls people from different places and makes people play it competitively. Because in competitive-wise, if they take the same rank system they have in Halo Ranked, or Halo Ranked Arena, and move it to the BR, I think it'd be perfect. Yet, obviously, do some tweaking. But yeah, that's my thoughts. This video is coming to an end. As you can see, Sentinels won. If you guys didn't see that back a couple weekends ago when they played at Rally. I really think the Halo BR would be incredible. I think it'd be fun to play. I think everyone would enjoy it. And maybe you could pull some players from other esports over and just get more eyes on Halo as itself. That's what Halo needs to survive. This game is incredible. That's the end of the video, guys. Those are my thoughts on it. I just kind of want to share it, see what you guys were thinking. Leave your comments or ideas in the bottom. I'll comment on some people's. Just give me your idea if this would work or not, or your thoughts on some of the comments or questions that I had. And we will see you guys next time.